Hello and welcome to class. My name is Rita Devi. I'm from Phuket in Thailand. I like to read books, travel and spend time with my family and friends. I'll be the teacher for your class today and I hope you will enjoy the lesson with me. Shah, could you please introduce yourself? Shah, can you hear me? Can you please introduce yourself? What about you, Sahar? Can you hear me? Can you please introduce yourself? Nice to meet you too, Sahar, and welcome to class. The topic of our lesson today is being a good role model, and the level is intermediate. Okay, let's begin our lesson with this first slide. Sahar, would you please like to tell me who is your role model? A role model is a person whose behavior, whose characteristics you like, whom you're proud of, and who you want to follow, whose footsteps you want to follow. So Sahar, do you have a role model in your life? Who is it? Would you please tell us about that? Thank you very much, Sahar. What about you, Alexandro? I'd like to welcome you to class today. We're discussing the topic being a good role model. A role model is a person whose characteristics, whose qualities you admire so much that you want to follow him, you want to be someone like him. So Alexandro, do you have a role model in your life? Who is your role model?
Um, I think that this person is my father. He was the role model that I appreciated. I learned a lot with his personality and quality, and I could learn about a lot of things with him.
Okay, I think it's a very good thing that you have some role model in your family. You can learn a lot of things from him. Okay, Shah, what about you? Would you please like to talk about this? Who is your role model? Okay, never mind. Shah, if you're ready to speak, please let us know by raising your hand. If you have any problem with your audio or any kind of technical issue, please let me know. You can leave a message in the chat card. Now we move to the next part of the lesson, intro task. What are the qualities of a good role model? Okay, you mentioned that your father is your role model, and Sahar, you mentioned something similar. So let's begin with Alexandro. Alexandro, what are the qualities that make a good role model? What are the qualities that you admire? Could you please tell us something about this?
I think he has to be honest. Let me see, a person that never give up to do get the things. Hard working, a person hard working, a person that's always is available to listen other people, and a person very helpful.
Thank you, Alexandros. Well, yes, honest. A person has to be honest. Determined. That means, as you said, never gives up. Someone who is determined is has a strong mind and he never gives up. Hardworking, caring and supportive, always ready to listen to other people, and of course helpful. Thank you, Alexandro. Alexandro, if you remember, you said he is a person that is hardworking. He is a person that is hardworking. We use that when we're talking about things or animals. So you have to say he is a person who is hardworking. Who is used when you're talking about people. Okay, Sahar, what about you? What do you think are the qualities of a good role model? Okay, Sahar, thank you. You should be very lucky to be growing up with such a mom with so many good qualities in her. Rose, I'd like to welcome you to class today. We're discussing the topic being a good role model. So, Rose, could you please tell me who is your role model? And what do you think are the qualities of a good role model? What are the characteristics that you'd like to follow? And what makes a good role model? Could you please share your opinion with us?
Okay. Um, I think my boss is my good role model because he is a hardworking people and he um, always reliable and confident. Sometimes give me some the good ideas. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. You're lucky you're working with such a boss who is confident, who always gives you good ideas. Okay, Rose, if you remember, you said he is a hardworking people. You have to say he's a hardworking person. Okay, you have to say, because you're talking about one single person, so you can say he's a hardworking person. Okay, thank you very much. Now, I'd like to go back to Alexandro. Can you describe someone you think is a good professional role model? What makes them special? Somebody from your professional life who you think you can be proud to follow his or her behavior and characteristics. Do you have anyone in your life like that?
Yes, I have. My first boss, I think he was our role model because he is very, very hardworking person. He person that always pay attention in your employees with the objective to help them. Always, always he teaching a lot of things, professional things, like to the better behavior, the technicians informations. He is a confident, is very attentive with other persons, a very polite person, even though under pressure.
Okay, thank you, Alexander. So he's not only professional, he also teaches you certain values which you admire, and is very good at working under pressure. Okay, what about you, Sahar? Do you have anyone in your professional life who you would consider to be your role model? What makes them so special? Okay, he is motivated and he has a very good ability to motivate others or encourage others. Thank you very much. Rose, earlier you mentioned that your boss is your role model. Can you once again tell us what makes him so special as a role model? Okay, Rose, you mentioned certain qualities like his hardworking and yes, would you also think, do you consider that it's important for a person to be reliable as a role model, reliable or trustworthy? Do you think these qualities are important? Okay, Rose, I hope you can still hear me. Never mind. I also feel that it's very important for a person to be reliable and loyal or trustworthy as a good role model. Now let's move to the next part of the lesson, vocabulary. Did you list any of these qualities of a role model? What other characteristics can you add to the list? Okay, some of the words here which we can use in order to describe role models or to talk about the characteristics are successful, hardworking, responsible, loyal, caring, and intelligent. You mentioned a number of qualities earlier. Can you come up with some more words and add to the list? Anyone? Okay, Sahar, please go ahead. Okay, thank you very much. Alexandra, can you add some more words to the list?
Outgoing.
Okay, thank you. It's often very easy to socialize with people who are outgoing in nature. You can feel more free and open. Okay, Rose, what about you? Can you try adding some more words to the list? Okay, Rose, if you have a problem with your audio or any kind of technical issue, please let me know. You can leave a message in the chat pod. Now let's try to find out the opposites of each quality. Let's begin with Seher. What's the opposite of successful? Absolutely correct. Successful opposite is unsuccessful. Okay, Alexandra, what about the opposite of hardworking?
I am not sure. Easy working.
Okay, I'm afraid easy working is the wrong term. Seher, could you try the right one? Okay, I would say careless is the opposite of careful. For hardworking, I'd say lazy. A person who doesn't like to work hard is obviously lazy. Okay, what's the opposite of responsible? Anyone? Alexandro? Seher? Okay, Seher, what's the opposite of responsible? That's right, it's irresponsible. We add the prefix ir and it becomes irresponsible. Alexandra, what about loyal? A person who is loyal is faithful. What's the opposite of loyal?
Unloyal.
Okay, thank you for trying, but un is not the right prefix here, it is dis. If you add the prefix, a prefix is a piece of word that we add before the main word and form a different word. Here the opposite of loyal is disloyal. If you add dis, it becomes disloyal. Anyone, the opposite of caring? Caring means kind and supportive. Could you try, Sahar? What could be the opposite of caring? Okay, never mind. Thank you for trying anyway. Actually, as I told you, the opposite, careless and careful, are opposite words. And caring, the opposite of caring is actually, you could say uncaring or heartless, a person who is insensitive, who doesn't care about the feelings of others. That's called heartless or uncaring. So once again, please try to remember that there is difference between the two words caring and careful. It's not the same. The last word is intelligent. What would be the opposite of intelligent? Anyone? Okay, Sahar, please go ahead. That's right. It's rather offensive to call someone stupid, but that's the truth. The opposite of caring is stupid, or sorry, the opposite of intelligent is stupid. Sometimes we can also use the word unintelligent. You can add the prefix un and you can create its opposite. Okay, likewise, there is another word, influential. Someone who is influential is powerful, rich, and successful, has a lot of influence. So the opposite of influential is unimportant. Opposite of confident is insecure or unconfident. Now let's move to the next part of the lesson, that is practice. Finish the sentences with the correct word. Here we'll try to use the words that we just learned and complete the sentences. Alexandra, could you complete sentence number 1, please? What word would best fit into this blank?
My father never missed a day of work. He was always very, let me see, caring.
Okay, thank you for trying anyway. So here you can say he never missed a day of work. He was actually very hardworking. Seher, could you try number 2, please? Yes, please, go ahead. Okay, thank you for asking. Very good question. To count on someone means to depend on someone, to rely on someone, or to be able to trust someone. I can count on you means I can trust you. I want to borrow some money and I'm sure you're going to lend me. So I can count on you. You're my good friend. That is what it means. Okay, so yes, you said loyal if I got it correct. Actually, you could say trustworthy. Trustworthy or reliable? The very word that you just asked, Countdown, gives the answer. Rose, could you try completing number 3, please?
My boss is really responsible. He knows a lot about the company and can understand the big picture very well.
Okay, my boss is really... Could you repeat that again, Rose? What would fit into the bank? I couldn't quite catch you. Can you say that one more time?
My boss is really experienced. He knows a lot about the company and can understand the big picture very well.
Okay, if I got you correct, you said patient. It's actually intelligent. An intelligent person can understand the big picture very well. So that means he looks at everything very well. He can get the entire situation in his hands and handle it very well. Okay, so what would be the best word for number 4? Alexandro, could you try that?
I admire Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany, because she's so confident.
Absolutely correct. She's not afraid to speak her mind. She's so confident. Okay, let's see if these sentences are true for you. Alexandro, can you say the same about your father, about your best friend, your boss, and do you feel the same about Angela Merkel if you know her? I mean, she's the Chancellor of Germany. She's very influential. So would you please give us your ideas regarding these matters?
I think that the sentence is true. I agree that Angela Merkel is very confident. I think nowadays she is one of the most influenced of person of the world.
Okay, so you agree that she's one of the most influential people in the world. You have to say she not influence people, influential. We use the adjective here. She is one of the most influential people in the world. Thank you very much, Alexandra. Rose, what about you? Is your father also hardworking? And what about your best friend and your boss? Do you agree with the statement?
Yes, I agree also. My father never missed a day of work also. He certainly is a hard-working person.
Okay, thank you, Alexandro. Now may I ask Rose the same question? Rose, which of these sentences are true for you? Can you say the same about your father, your best friend, or your boss?
My father was always very hardworking, and he never missed some the meeting or the always take part in some uh, the work. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, that's a very good thing. What about your best friend? Would you count on your best friend? Is she trustworthy? Rose? Okay, Rose, I guess you're having a problem with an unstable connection. When you can't hear properly, it could be a case with a bad connection. Anyway, let's hear from Sahar. Sahar, which of these sentences are true for you? Could you say the same about your father, your best friend, or your boss? And what do you think about Angela Merkel? Okay, thank you very much. Neither me. I don't have much knowledge about this lady, but I know that she's one of the most influential people in the world. Okay, thank you for talking about these people. Now we move to the next part of the lesson, final task. You're conducting interviews for the new employee mentor program. So what is a mentor? A mentor is a person, he or she is an experienced person hired in a company who trains and counsels, gives suggestions to new people, suggestion and supports to new employees. We can also find mentors in schools and colleges. Okay, so the situation is pretty simple. Student A, tell student B what you're looking for in a mentor. Alexandra, I'd like you to be student A. You are looking for a mentor for your company. And student B, Sahar, you are student B. You're looking for a job. You are one of the candidates applying for this position of mentorship. And student B, tell student A why you think you would be a good mentor for new employees. So while reasoning or while giving reasons, try to use the words that we learned today, the words describing characteristics of good role models. Well, let's begin with Alexandra as student A and Sahar as student B.
Okay, hello. I am looking for a person who are knowledgeable and responsible that have deep knowledge about the function and the company should be my mentor. I think that will be well. You will help me a lot in my career. What do you think?
Well, Alexandra, if you've run out of questions, you can imagine yourself in the position of an interviewer. What would you ask a person who has come to apply for a job? Would you ask for experience? Where did the person gain such experience from? And can you use your imagination and come up with more questions, please?
Okay, um, okay, it's true. Uh, have you thought that you known someone with the qualities should be my mentor? Someone interested in help the others employees that worry about the others careers. Someone who has good relationship with others departures. Someone with qualified to teach other persons about the company and how to improve your careers. I think that you have these qualifications. I'm great, thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, Alexandro and Sahar. Now I'd like Rose to take part in the conversation. Sahar, I'm sorry about that. Okay, there was a different program being opened. Okay, so Sahar, I'd like you to be student A. You will interview Rose and you'll find out whether she is perfect for the position of a mentor in your company. Sahar, student A, Rose, student B, please go ahead.
I think I would be a good worker, and I have been working and at this company for 8 years, and I always hardworking and give my colleagues some the helps.
Well, Sahar, you can ask some more questions. Okay, remember that you're looking for a mentor, a person who is good at counseling, giving advice. So you could ask Rose questions like, are you caring in nature? Or you can also ask, do you think you would make a reliable employee for our company? Can you ask her questions about different characteristics? You can take help from the notepad. There is a list of characteristics that you can refer to. Yes, Rose, do you think it would be easy for you to maintain a good relationship with other people? Since you're a mentor, you need to make sure that you have very good relationship, very good team working skills with other people. Will you be able to do that? That is what Sahar asked you. Well, how would you answer her? Okay, I'm not sure why Rose is not answering. I think she's suffering from a bad case of unstable connection. Rose, we really can't hear you. I'm really sorry about that? Okay, I'm so sorry about that, Rose. Anyway, your contributions were very good enough. Now, Seher, let's continue our interview. You are still the interviewer, and I'd like Alexandro to be the candidate. Alexandro, you're applying for this position. Seher, can you find out if Alexandro is a suitable candidate for the position of a mentor in your company? Can you ask him some questions? The question you asked to Rose was a very good one.
Okay. Hello, Rose. I'm looking for people who are uh, that can be my mentor, and I think that is a suitable person for it because you are very hardworking, who has a deep knowledge about the company, about my job, and you're very confident and reliable. What do you think about my idea?
The Rose is not able to speak now, so you may answer. Do you think you are confident and reliable for this position?
Okay,
Okay,
thanks.
Alex, thank you very much, Alexandra and Seher. That was indeed a very good piece of conversation. It was short, but you tried your best to use the words that we learned today. Now we'll move to the last part of the lesson, that is summary. Today we discussed our role models. We listed the qualities of a role model. We also described why we would make good role models. And before you go, have you ever participated in a mentoring program in your community or at work? If so, what were your responsibilities? If not, why not? And there's another question. Why is it important to have role models? Why is it important to be a role model? You've mentioned about growing up with role models in your family. Why do you think that's important, and why do you think it is important for yourself to be one? So now you can review the lesson that we learned today, and if you have any question or any doubts regarding the lesson, please feel free and go ahead. Okay, I guess there are no questions to be asked. I'd like to leave the class now, and I want to thank you for attending today's class. It was a pleasure talking to you all. I hope you enjoyed the lesson as well, and I hope the vocabulary items, the language that we learned today, will be useful for you. I really hope to see you sometime soon. Goodbye.